The Euphrates River is one of the oldest and most important rivers in the world. A lot of history was made at this river. The Euphrates River runs through parts of Western Asia but is drying up. But why? And what is the importance of the Euphrates River? Some people connect the river drying up to the end of the world, while some people are quick to point to the drying riverbed as a fulfillment of the Bible's end times prophecies. But does this hold? Keep watching to discover the reasons and meaning behind the Euphrates River drying up. The Euphrates River begins in Turkey but flows through Syria and Iraq. The river joins the Tigris before it empties into the Persian Gulf. It's about 1,700 miles long. This river is the longest in Western Asia. Over the past few years, the water level of the Euphrates River has dropped dramatically. The drying up of the Euphrates River has revealed several ancient ruins and a cave. The drop of the water levels in recent years has uncovered many archaeological and ancient sites that were submerged beneath the two historic rivers in Syria, Iraq, and Turkey. Ancient buildings have emerged from the riverbed as the Euphrates River dries up. For the first time, archaeologists are able to access sites that had been flooded by Saddam Hussein in the mid-1980s. Cliffs that were once submerged now reveal pre-Christian tombs built into the rock face. Archaeological entities that have appeared have included grave sites dating to the Assyrian Empire. In July, the ancient city of Talbes appeared from the part of the Euphrates River that runs through the ancient Iraqi town Ana. It seems only a matter of time before more archaeological sites emerge as the water level continues to fall. Did you know the Euphrates River is mentioned in both the first and last books of the Bible, Genesis and Revelation? This river is cited over 50 times throughout the Bible, a geographical reference that is part of the beginning and end of the world in Scripture. In Genesis 2, the Euphrates River is described as one of the 4 rivers that flowed out of the Garden of Eden. Genesis 2:10-14. A river flowed out of Eden to water the garden, and there it divided and became 4 rivers. The name of the first is the Pishon. It is the one that flowed around the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold, and the gold of that land is good. Bdellium and onyx stone are there. The name of the second river is the Gihon. It is the one that flowed around the whole land of Cush. And the name of the third river is the Tigris, which flows east of Assyria. And the fourth river is the Euphrates. In Deuteronomy 1, God promises to give the Israelites the land from the Euphrates to the Mediterranean Sea. In Isaiah 8, the prophet Isaiah uses the Euphrates as a symbol of the Assyrian Empire, which threatened to invade Israel. And in Revelation 16, the Euphrates is described as drying up in preparation for the Battle of Armageddon. Overall, the Euphrates River serves as a significant geographical and symbolic element throughout the Bible and still has a role to play in God's plan. In the Bible, this river, when it dries out, is a sign that the end times are coming. This is a prediction of what will happen right before the apocalypse. According to Revelation 9:14-16, release the 4 angels who are bound at the great river Euphrates. And the 4 angels who had been prepared for the hour and day and month and year were released so that they would kill 1/3 of mankind. The number of the armies of the horsemen was 200 million. I heard the number of them. Now, if the bound angels in 9:13 are actually 4 demons, perhaps they are associated with 4 of Israel's staunchest enemies. Very recently, a disturbing footage shows a location that made unusual sounds. It was reported that the location was on the Euphrates River, and the sound came from under the ground that came out through a breach. The people who lived in the area believed that the voice was the voice of fallen angels that were imprisoned so that they could make a sound like they were asking for help. What does this mean for people all around the world? And is the prophecy that was written in the Bible coming true? Is it possible that these noises are being made by angels who have been cast down? Two passages in the Bible predict the drying up of the Euphrates River. The first prediction is part of a lengthy oracle against Babylon. God pronounces judgment against Babylon's officials and wise men and against its false prophets, warriors, horses and chariots, and treasures. Then God says, "A drought on her waters. They will dry up, for it is a land of idols, idols that will go mad with terror." Jeremiah 50:38. The waters of Babylon are the Euphrates and Tigris rivers. Both rivers are drying up now. Are we witnessing the fulfillment of Jeremiah's prophecy? The second prediction of the Euphrates River drying up comes as part of the 7 bowl judgments in Revelation. The judgments of the 7-year tribulation start with the 7 seals, Revelation 6:1-17. The bowl judgments come at the end of the tribulation, and they are so destructive that, if they continued, all human life would perish. The 6th bowl judgment, the penultimate judgment of the tribulation, is the drying up of the Euphrates River. Revelation 16:12 says, "The 6th angel poured out his bowl on the great river Euphrates, and its water was dried up to prepare the way for the kings from the east." This prophecy not only identifies the judgment but also gives the reason for it, so a great army from the east can cross the Euphrates unimpeded. Next, the kings of the earth gather to the place that in Hebrew is called Armageddon, Revelation 16:16. At that point, Jesus returns, and the battle fought at Armageddon will result in all God's enemies being destroyed, Revelation 16:17-20, 19:11-21. A key event leading up to Armageddon is the drying up of the Euphrates. Are we witnessing the setup for the fulfillment of a major end-times prophecy? Also, some of the many reasons why are the multiple dams, low rainfall, droughts, water policies, and misuse. Many families in Iraq that rely on the river are desperate for water. In Iraq, they are battling the worst drought they've ever seen. Along with droughts, Iraq and the surrounding area also suffer from climate change and rising temperatures. This has been a problem for decades. Over 7 million people are affected by the river drying up because of low rainfall, high temperatures, and the drying of the river. Crops are failing, which has led to over 800 families leaving the villages around the Euphrates River. Sadly, the Tigris, another biblical river, is also losing water and drying out.